Ambassador, you are a longtime critic of Iran, but I'm wondering what you think about these strikes and how they were carried out and if they were legal under presidential authority.
Well, I think the objectives of the strikes are clearly correct and proper. Eliminating the threat of Iran's nuclear weapons program, its ballistic missile program, its long history dating back to when it came to power in 1979 of international terrorism, particularly against Americans, and its repression of its own people, which Donald Trump drew a red line against back in January and said that help was on its way and didn't come until earlier today. So I think the objectives are clear. This is manifestly within the president's constitutional commander-in-chief authority. The Gang of Eight were briefed on this on Tuesday. And if Congress doesn't like it, Congress can cut off appropriations. That's where congressional power comes in.
Ambassador Bolton, if you were to take that book off the shelf, John Bolton's plan for regime change in Iran, how closely would it hew to what we've seen take place here today? I'm curious just what you make of the means by which the president decided to do this, the element of surprise, so much as there was one here, and the cooperation with Israel on these attacks.
Well, I think there are a couple things that worry me. In his statement in the very early morning hours today, when he told the people of Iran that he was finally delivering, he said, now you have a president who is giving you what you want, so let's see how you respond. That doesn't sound like cooperation with the opposition Iran. It sounds like a challenge, and I'm worried that this campaign in the air, however important it may be for other reasons, has not been made clear to the people of Iran how they can use the time to seek defections from within the regime to try and pull it apart at the top. And I think it's something that when autocratic regimes begin to fall, people look around to say, I want to be on the winning side of this. And if they think the regime is in danger, they could well defect to the opposition. I think it's that coordination with opposition leaders, and it's a disorganized opposition to be sure, but I'd feel a lot better if I knew there was more to that. And second, I worry about the potential that after a couple, 3 days, Trump declares, okay, that's a victory, and now it's up to the people of Iran. That's not going to be enough. It's not a one and done kind of operation. These attacks, I think, as they destroy the instruments of Iranian state power, can be very effective, but it remains to be seen if Trump will carry through.
That's what we were just talking about. You break it, you bought it. If the U.S. does, in fact, destroy this regime, what should the U.S. set up in order to facilitate some sort of democratic transition in that country? Is that even possible, given the decades-long repression of civil society? Who leads Iran if the Ayatollah does not?
Well, that's going to be up to the Iranians, and I don't think it's up to us to set it. I don't buy the Pottery Barn rule. I buy American national security interests, which are threatened by the nuclear program, the ballistic missile program, and decades of terrorism. I think we should certainly help the Iranians in many different ways, but ultimately it's up to them. I think the most likely near-term outcome of the fall of the Ayatollahs and the Revolutionary Guard will be a military government, a secular military government, not the Revolutionary Guard, but the conventional military, that will hopefully then allow the Iranian people to have some kind of constitutional process to decide on what they want their new government to look like.